xdancing.com. Today I want to share with you a little bit about my X pole that I have in my home. This is a newer X pole and it does contain the X joints. Okay. As you can tell, the X pole has a smaller base. It's very sturdy, I find, and hasn't moved whatsoever. As you get closer, you'll notice that there's an X on the bottom of the base. This X is located directly below the hex nut, and the hex nut is what locks the pole into either static or spinning mode. It's very easy to do. Down here on the bottom, you'll also notice that it sort of gets a little bit smaller at the base. And that's because in this particular model, for all the newer X poles, the pole tightens at the base. The adjuster cover is down here. This piece right here that you can see from the top of the joint down, it's about 1 foot long. It is where the adjuster cover is located and where the pole tightness is adjusted to create tension between the ceiling and the floor. You also notice that the pole is made of a nice chrome. The finish is very nice. It's very slick. And you'll notice in my house that I've used a vaulted ceiling mount. You can get past my fan here. Okay. It's about an 11-foot pole. This pole also has several joints, and in this particular pole, the joints do not screw together. Now there are lots of poles that do screw together, and they are very safe, but in this particular one, this company puts theirs together with what they call X joints. And there's a joint right here, and from about, which is basically this far below the joint, and this far above the joint, so from about here to here, somewhere in here is a chunk of metal. It's very solid. It goes in between there and sort of expands, if you will, to lock the pole pieces together. They don't screw together, and this is what they call X-joint technology. I have never had any of these joints come apart, and I have for myself found the X-joint to be very, very safe. I have poles, off-brand poles in my pole dancing studio that I screw together. And the only significant difference that I really noticed between those and this one is that my other poles, they don't move. They're very sturdy and solid. And with this X-joint technology, if you notice, this pole is very flexible. And I've seen a lot of flexible poles. You know, the stages, platforms are usually flexible because they're not hooked at the top of anything. But I wasn't really expecting it to be so flexible, and it scared me a little bit first, but I've learned to absolutely love it, and I find nothing unsafe about the flexibility of the pole. In fact, mine may be more flexible than usual because it is 11 feet tall. The longer you go, naturally, the higher you go, then the more flexible your pole is probably going to be. So, otherwise, it locks into static or spinning mode. The bearings are very smooth and very safe. I've had absolutely no problems with them. Super sturdy, able to invert very easily, climb very easily. Very, very smooth. Okay? I always feel very safe inverting on my X pole. The finish is almost flawless. You know, it's a very nice chrome. I have the chrome finish here in my house, and I absolutely love it. These little holes right here are what tighten the X joint inside of the pole. And this is a 45mm pole also. I find that it's what I prefer best for better grip. So anyways, that's my short X pole review for the new X-joint technology. If you want a good X pole with some free lessons and some grip powder, you can check out my website